Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and today we're going to be talking about the Wurkkos HD01 Pro. Now, I've already reviewed the HD01 and I've reviewed the HD01 UV. So what they've done here is, while it is a bit larger, not significantly, but it is a little bit larger, they've included the laser as well as the UV in one platform. So this is similar to Olight's ArcVeld Pro, where they have the flashlight, UV, as well as a laser. But Wurkkos took it one step further and they kept that side light on there that is similar to the one on the HD01 and the HD01 UV. Before we get into what this is capable of though, I do want to let you know that inside the packaging, well, first and foremost, if you've seen a Wurkkos package in probably the last 18 months or so, they pretty much all look like this. They're going to have that really, really nice, clear image of what is coming inside that box. And inside the box, if we open it up, you are going to get your lanyard, and there's no O-rings with this since it is an internally sealed battery. And yes, I know that is a topic of contention for some people. They're like, no, I don't want at all an internally sealed battery. But what else comes inside that is this USB A to C cable. Now this does have a USB-C port, so you can keep it charged up, topped off. You can even use it as a power bank. But one thing I really like is you can use a USB A to C, or you can use a USB-C to C cable if you have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out of the way, because the only other thing that comes with it is going to be this Wurkkos user manual. Now the Wurkkos user manual is going to give you all of those specifications, run times, all that fun stuff. Here, I'll zoom in here so you can see this. All the specifications, run times. It even has a little diagram or map, if you will, on how to run through all of the options that this comes with. So there is a lot of info here, and since there are so many options, I do recommend you hang on to this for just a little bit. But now, getting that out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the HD01 Pro. Now this is really, really cool because it does have that spotlight. That's going to get you a moonlight of 1 lumen, which will run for up to 70 hours, but you also have a low of 20, medium of 100, high of 450, and a turbo of 1200. That 1200 lumens is up from the Wurkkos the Wurkkos HD01, as well as the HD01 UV. Now, when it is in turbo, that will go out to 157 meters, and that's from, all they describe it as is an HM LED. So I can show you that right here. So they just list it as an HM LED. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean, but it does also have the flood mode. So you have the sidebar right here that has white LEDs in it, 16 CSP1313s, and you do have 3 different options there. You have 1 lumen low, which will run for, again, 70 hours. You also have medium, which is 25 lumens, and high of 180 lumens, which is not bad considering it is diffused here. And you are able to use this as a side-standing work light. So in addition to the 1 HM LED and the 16 CSP1313s, inside the sidebar you also have 15 RGB LEDs, which will run a whole gamut by themselves of different modes. You have that 365 nanometer UV here, which we will run through in just a second. And down here in that hole, you do have the green laser. So let's go ahead and run through some more specifications just real fast to get them out of the way so we can focus on what this can do. It does come in at 111.5 by 27 by 17 millimeters. It is drop resistance rated at 1 meter, and if you splash some water on it, you don't have to worry because it does have a water resistance rating in according with IP65. This beautiful orange color here, which is similar to the FC11C and other Wurkkos lights that have come out. It is a type 3 hard anodized coating, so you don't have to worry about it looking ugly anytime soon. And all those features comes inside this compact package, which is right at about 100 grams or less than 4 ounces. So very, very cool. So now I want to go ahead and look at a bunch of the features. Let's look right up front here. Again, you do have, well, actually you can see a couple of the scratches on the screen because it is a plastic lens, but I've been getting a lot of use out of this, so it makes sense that a couple of those are starting to appear. So you can see that UV with a very, very orange peel reflector. Same thing carries over to the spotlight mode. You can see the transitions on the orange peel reflector. And then that black dot, I'm not going to shine it right now, but that black dot is going to be your green laser when it is activated. So you can see the HD01 Pro here, the Wurkkos branding. And one thing that's really cool is this actually has a finger groove here. I don't want to compare this to the Olight too much, but I do like the Olight's jimping and would love to see that on a next generation model of this HD01 Pro. But instead of dealing with the magnets and potential interference from having keys near it and what have you, they decided to go with a 2-button method here, which is going to make it a lot easier to be able to transition through all of those modes. I think they split it up pretty nicely, although there is a lot of different things you can do with it. There is a flap right here for that USB-C, so when you need to charge it, you don't have to worry too hard because pretty much everything's USB-C now. And speaking of charging it, both of these will shine as, well here, let me go ahead and turn this on. For the first 5 seconds when you turn it on, it will show a battery indicator here. It should shut off. Yep, there we go. But it will shine a battery indicator. So if when you turn it on, it is green, that means you're between 50 and 100%. If it's red, that means you're between 10 and 50% battery life. And if it's flashing red, that means you are under 10%. And you really do need to get to that charging cord. And again, you can't just swap out a battery because it is internally sealed. But I digress on the internally sealed battery. If you do throw it on that USB-C charger, you will see these flash again. So the flashing red means it is charging, and they will turn green when it is fully topped off and ready to go. So I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover about the features and stuff, but I do want to go ahead and just do a quick rotation. You can see that 2-way pocket clip, and I do have to say that how low this sits, it makes a really, really good pocket light. I have not personally put this on a baseball cap, but there's nothing preventing it from being used as such. It is a little on the heavy side at just under 4 ounces, so I probably wouldn't, but it is capable if you need a light in a pinch. Now, I will go ahead and run through the all the different modes and everything, and for that, I do want to start off with, so this is going to be your forward button, this is going to be your rear button. So if on the forward button, you do press it once, you get immediate access to that laser, and then press it one more time, it will shut off. But if you press and hold, it will turn on your RGB ramping light. So I don't think it comes through very well on the camera, but this is kind of a yellowish green. And if you press and hold, it will cycle through other colors. So now we're at a green, it is going to a teal, now we're at basically a blue, and it'll just keep cycling through. There's a bit of a purple, and then pink, and then it will ultimately go to red, yellow, and keep cycling through. Now, one other thing you can do is go ahead and do 2 clicks of that forward button, and it will go to a flashing mode. So here again, you can press and hold and change your colors. And then when you let go, it'll go back to flashing in whatever color you have set. So I do also want to do 2 clicks from here, and that'll go straight to your floodlight. And like I said, 16 CSP1313 LEDs. And from here, you can click it once to go off from pretty much any mode. But if you do a press and hold of that front button, it'll go cycle low, medium, and high. And again, that low is 1 lumen, medium is 25 lumens, and high is 180 lumens from the side light. So let's go ahead and shut it off. Now from here, you can do 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I did 4, hold on. I don't want to mislead you. So from here, you can do 3 clicks, 1, 2, 3, and that'll go to your RGB side lights. So from here, again, you can do the 1 click for off, or you can do 2 clicks, and that'll switch between police flash, which it is now. Let's do 2. Now we have an RGB waterfall, and you can pick up a lot of those colors here on camera. And after going through the RGB waterfall, 2 more clicks will do the water droplets. So this is very cool. You can see it transition from those colors as well. We're at a blue now. We'll go ahead and let this run. Now it's at a purplish to a pinkish. It'll be going to red and then yellow. So very, very cool. Now, which I meant to do the first, or which I didn't mean to do the first time, you can do 4 clicks, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you see that double flash right there. That's going to let you know that it is locked, so you don't have to worry about accidental activation in your pocket. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll unlock it again. Now if you do 5 lights, which is the last mode, which is the last thing you can do from this, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it activates a breathing light. So you always have that indicator here. So if you need it for emergency purposes, you can go ahead and keep this on a shelf, and you'll always know where it's at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and shut that off. And now from the rear button, if you press and hold, it will activate your moonlight. So you can see here, this is 1 lumen from that 1 HM LED. And then 1 click obviously goes off. But while it is in moonlight, you can press and hold, and it will cycle low, medium, high, and turbo. And again, turbo goes all the way up to 1200 lumens with the HD01 Pro. I really, really do like that. But when the light is on and you cycle through, it will not automatically go back to moonlight. So if you want to do moonlight specifically, you have to shut it off and then press and hold. And that will get you your 1 lumen moonlight mode. Now you can do 2 clicks, 1, 2, and you can see here that is UV. It does have a pretty good hotspot in there, and I'll take it outside here in a little bit so you guys can see exactly what this is capable of. There are no different modes or brightness levels from that UV, so you are stuck with 1 output on the UV. You can also do 1, 2, 3, and then you will get your strobe. But one interesting thing that has carried through on all of the HD01 models that I've seen is if you go into strobe, you do get not only the flashlight, or not only the spotlight, but you do get the laser activated with the strobe as well. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I can only assume it's intentional because, I mean, in their 3rd iteration, they would have fixed it by now if they considered it a bug. And from that rear button, you can also do 4 clicks and activate that lock and unlock similarly. So now that we've seen everything that the HD01 Pro can do, let's go ahead, get this outside so you guys can see what it's capable of in its native habitat in the dark. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, guys, no tripod tonight because we're going to do a laser and we're also going to do UV, but I just wanted to run through these settings real fast. So first and foremost, if you do a press and hold, I mean, you're not going to see here. You're not going to see this out here, but that's 1 lumen. Then press and hold again. We're at 20 lumens. You already see that out here. Press and hold again. This is 100 lumens. Press and hold one more time. This is 450 lumens. Wow, that pulled into clarity right there. And press and hold one more time. And we're at 1200 lumens. So 1200 lumens out of the HD01 Pro. Now, if I'm going to go ahead and do a quick press, you can see that green laser, very, very bright. I do love how these candy bar style flashlights feel in the hand. Using the laser with something like this is a lot better than like, I don't know, the Open Pros that they have from Olight. Now I will go ahead and do a double press. And let's do a walk around because this has a very potent, very powerful, very strong UV beam. Now it's about 18 degrees out here right now. If it is any higher, it's not very high. But here I can show you some fungus. We're not going to see creepy crawlies out here right now, but here we go. You can see all the fungus on this tree right here. Looks like a thin cedar. But we'll move around, see if we can find anything else. Again, we're probably not going to see any creepy crawlies out here, but it does pull up all of the different fungi that you'll see out here. And then one thing I did notice, it's a lot more evident in the dark. When you do the UV, it does go to that red breathing. So you guys can see that right there. But now I want to do a double press on that front button. Oh, there we go. We got that side beam. We'll do another, actually from here we can do a press and hold. You got 3 brightness levels. I'm going to do a double press. I'm going to shut that off. And now I will go ahead and press and hold. And that will do the RGB lights on the side. I'm going to go ahead and press and hold, and you can see that it's cycling through all the colors. Do a double press. Now it is flashing RGB. Again, you can press and hold. It'll change that color, and you let go, and it'll go to the flash in whatever color you had it set. Double press again. It is solid. There we go. And with it off again, we will go ahead and do a quick triple press on that front switch. Here you go. Now you can see the red and blue flashing. We'll do a double press. This will go to the RGB rainbow mode. Do another double press. Now we got those chasing lights, and you can press and hold here, change the speed on that. But another double press. We'll go back to the red and blue flashing. But I want to go here. Now you can press and hold here. And I mean, this just looks really, really nice here. I'll let you see what how it shines on the ground. So it's all kind of washing through as like a white light. But I mean, you can see here from the side, you can see just how many different colors are coming through here. But now that we've seen the laser, we've seen the UV, we've seen the flashlight, I do want to quickly show 1, 2, 3 on that back switch, and you do get the strobe with that laser in there as well. But now that we have seen everything that the HD01 Pro can do, let's go ahead and get back inside. Alright guys, we went outside, we saw the HD01 Pro in, again, its native habitat. We saw it in the dark, we saw what the spotlight was able to do, how that side light looked, and in addition to that, we tested that UV, the laser, and all the RGB functions. I do like the 2-button combination that they have here, because that's going to allow you easy access, and once you do have all the modes set in mind, it's super easy to travel through them. Now, I really, really do like that. I love this candy bar format. I would love to see a lot more features or more manufacturers coming out with lights similar. I'm super glad Wurkkos has these HD01 lights, and I'd love to see what they're capable of doing with HD01 Pro V2. If you guys want to see something like that, let them know. I will leave in the description down below, I will leave links to not only their Amazon page, but also Wurkkos directly. So if you do like the HD01 Pro, you can go ahead and click on those links and pick one up for yourself. I love the form factor of the candy bar. I do think, I don't even want to call it a fault, because like I said, I don't think it's a bug, but if I'm activating strobe, I wouldn't want the laser to activate with that strobe as well. I wish that is either something that they would code out of their firmware, or, I mean, I don't know, maybe a way to disable it in the button presses, something like that. But let me know what you guys think down below of the HD01 Pro. I am a huge fan, especially with the side lights. I think Sofern was kind of the pioneer as far as the side lights with their IF23. So if you guys like those, let me know down below. But finally, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button, share it with your friends, and finally subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, click on that bell notification, because that's going to let you guys know when we have amazing other lights from Wurkkos coming out, or when we have a giveaway, which we will have one coming up here very soon. So thank you guys so much for paying attention to the video all the way through, and I will see you in the next one.